The shadow self. This is such an important subject, and many people do not really comprehend that part of themselves and how to heal this. But the other thing is, some people do not understand when they're triggered excuse me, from that shadow self. Somebody's trying to stop me even talking about this. Crazy. We're going to continue. Our shadow self is formed as a survival part of ourselves. Many of us would not have survived our childhoods and maybe our teenage years if we were involved in horrific gang warfare and all stuff like that. We wouldn't have survived unless we had a shadow. Our parents, on the whole, I don't think I've ever met anybody with a healed shadow when I've started working with them. And I certainly know that I haven't, because that's the first thing I work with people, to see what is unhealed in their shadow self that was formed for survival. And if you don't heal it, you're going to continue reacting. And reacting is not responding in life. Responding in life is when you're on that even keel and you're not triggered. Doesn't mean you're robotic. You have amazingly deep feelings, but you're not driven by the energy of emotion and triggered into anger where it's pouring out of your mouth or it's tensing up in your body. So there's a difference. Being triggered and healing your shadow. So we heal our shadow so that we have all the deepest of feelings in every direction that we can have, because that's us. That's our human technology. But when we've healed our shadow, we can feel that we really don't like something and somebody else's behavior. But if your shadow's healed, you do not react. The inflamed expressions do not come out of your mouth. That's the difference. It's not that we're restricting feelings. I've been attacked for months and months and months. I don't hate those people. I know those people. It's a whole family at the core of it that I worked with years and years and years ago. I worked with almost every one of them, but they didn't do the work. I knew that at the time. I didn't work with them for very long, but one after another, they were brought to me for different health reasons or mental issues or confidence issues, all sorts of things like that. But the main person in the group that I know has risen with his anger. He's risen. He's covered it over. He has a whole facade that many people around him don't know, because they don't live in his house. They don't live in his head. And they don't live in his closed heart. So going back to this issue, emotions is energy running on a feeling. And when we are emotional still, it means that parts of our shadow are not healed. And every now and again, somebody can trigger it through our ego. And what will happen is we will just let something slip that shows that our shadow's still there. And what it means is we just have to go back. This is all human. This is our journey of healing this shadow. It doesn't happen overnight. And triggers are amazing. And I commented on somebody's page where I know they're an amazing reader and their transmissions are great. And I was just giving my knowledge, but I know what happened is this person got triggered, and I'm surprised actually, but it happened. And I feel like I really need to go more into depth. I don't need to go back to that person because they will understand this at some point. But what I do need to know is that the information I give out is thorough. So think about this. what are you doing during the day that is a true feeling and is contained within you and emanates from you, but does not ride on an energy of emotion and anger and ranting? Because that's, a really bad side of us when we have that. And it sits in the field and it weakens your energy field so much. It can make you go into a fever and a cold if it's bad, if it's sitting there in your energy field. It can also make you very vulnerable to other people's attacks. That's the one weakness, our emotional energy field, that makes you vulnerable to attacks from people who are sending negativity in all sorts of ways. But one of the others, it's not always anger. It can be moaning. I mean, there are some terrible moaners out there who just see that it's all happening to them. That's their shadow. They built a victim shadow and they're still living through that. And sometimes you'll see a victim who lives with somebody who's the other way, and they kind of complement each other in negative emotions. One's a victim and one's an aggressor. I mean, be aware of what is happening to you and that you can feel the deepest of feelings, but not have to throw it out there because you have healed your shadow. So you still feel that you really don't like this and you're not going to let it happen to you, but you don't have to have the emotion. It's like a pink glue. A sticky pink, like I think of, what's that stuff on a stick? I can't think of, candy floss. It's the false candy floss. That's what running on emotion is, the false candy floss that's sticky and horrible and eventually makes you sick and clogs up your whole system with the high sugar. Have a think about this. Put some questions in the comments if you want to comprehend how much you're still living through your shadow or you need help with this. And if you go to my Fast Track to Cosmic Consciousness, there's a whole video there on how to heal your inner child or your shadow self, because they're both the same. That's your beautiful universal child that's still unhealed when you go into a rant. Thank you for listening. Please like, please subscribe. I'm going to be giving more information, and particularly on our resonance and vibration, because we need to have it much higher than an unhealed shadow self. So do the healing on that first and then stay with me, because we're going to be rising higher and higher in our vibrations. Bye for now.